Over the years, there have been plenty of wrestlers who made the transition to actor. Steve Austin, Roddy Piper, Jesse Ventura, John Cena, Macho Man Randy Savage, Goldberg, and the list goes on and on. The Rock is probably the most successful, but arguably the second most successful wrestler turned actor is Hulk Hogan. While Hulk's movies never aspired to be anything more than B-grade fare, they were all goofy, fun entertainment. Yeah, even Mr. Nanny. That brings us to this week's movie, Suburban Commando. Suburban Commando is a 1991 action comedy from director Burt Kennedy. The movie starts off with some blatant theft from Star Wars. Inside the spaceship, General Suter has kidnapped President Hashima. The ship is boarded by the gargantuan Shep Ramsey. What an awful action hero name. I guess Kurt Firepower was already taken. Shep leisurely strolls through the halls of the ship and easily dispatches the soldiers, who look like they were cloned from Nelson. How hard is it to shoot a slow-moving, 7-foot-tall target? Why does his face look filled with rage, but he casually says, "Going down"?
Going down.
Good to know spaceships have elevators. Shep breaks onto the bridge to save the president, but he's captured. The president throws a letter, but it cuts off Suter's hand. What? If he could do this, why didn't he aim for his head? Suter turns into a fake rubber monster and kills the president. Ramsey very slowly escapes and blows up the ship. What is he doing? Shep, I don't think there's time to be doing that. Shep is contacted by his boss, who tells him that he wants him to take a vacation.
Okay, how about a big bug hunt with creatures that bleed acid?
No, you're getting this confused with a good movie. Shep gets mad and breaks his ship, so his boss orders him to go to Earth and recharge his ship for 6 weeks. Only problem is...
Earthlings. I hate Earthlings.
Let the wackiness ensue. This is beginning to sound like the pilot for a sitcom. Charlie and his wife Jenny are discussing how Charlie needs to ask for a raise. Charlie goes to talk to his boss, the awesome Larry Miller.
Did I tell you I spent the entire weekend on this?
Did I tell you I spent the entire weekend with an incredible blonde?
He spent the weekend with Hulk Hogan?
Not a single internal blemish in any of them. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Pure simian crystal.
These awards are my proudest possessions.
He tries to ask for a raise, but he gets thrown out of the office before he has the opportunity. Shep crashes into this abandoned discotheque. Boy, that's convenient. It's even called the landing pad.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la.
He connects the power to his ship. You know, for a place that's obviously been closed down for years, it's also convenient that they still have their power on. Charlie's at a stoplight, and showing how he never takes chances, he stops at the yellow light and pisses everyone off. Shep is walking through town and everyone's laughing at him because, as you know, it's a really good idea to point and laugh at a 7-foot-tall giant. Delicious RC Cola.
Excuse me. There.
What is he, the Fonz? He sees a dog locked up in a car, so he finds the owner, beats him up, and steals his clothes. He sees a sign for an apartment to rent, and really? He needed to rip it off to follow the arrow? And he keeps checking it like it's going to change direction or something. Charlie gets home and his jerk neighbors that apparently work on dragsters and stock cars are blocking his driveway.
Wake up, jerk!
Who the hell said that? It wasn't the driver, his window's closed. Is he going to have to watch out for snakes?
Watch out for snakes.
Charlie gets home and oh my god, no! Jenny trying to be sexy looks... not good.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm just not in the mood.
Oh.
Ah! This is even worse! I didn't sign up for this! Charlie goes out to his workshop, but Jenny converted it into an apartment so they could rent it out. She's like 90 pounds. How did she move all this furniture around in the span of a few hours? The upset Charlie goes into the house to pour himself a tall glass of milk. Hey, watch it, you! This is a family movie! The doorbell rings and it's Shep. Why did they keep doing these slow crotch pans? How did he know that this was the place with the apartment? So they ran out the garage in an effort to save money, but now they're feeding Shep. With the amount of food he eats, aren't they going to end up losing money? Charlie's suspicious of Shep, so as soon as he leaves, he searches the apartment. He finds a gun and... What the hell did you think would happen? The discharge of the gun lets some bounty hunters know where Ramsey's hiding, so they go after him. The next day, hey, didn't that car get blown up last night? Some neighborhood kids try to get Shep to ride a skateboard, and he falls on his ass.
Oh, jeez. Even my mom could stay on longer than that.
He should have thrown one of those kids like that. Charlie's driving home, and oh, it's that light again. I can see this is going to be a recurring theme. Shep saves Mark from being run over. He attacks the guys in the car, and instead of them driving off or trying to get out of the car, they roll down the windows. Shep heads to the landing pad where his ship is recharging, and Charlie follows him. Charlie finds Shep's combat gear. He hears a woman being attacked, so he puts Shep's outfit on, does the worm, and rescues her. Why is he acting weird when the thing in his crotch lights up? The girl hugs him. Did he get a boner?
If there's anything I can do for you, anything at all.
Doing good is its own reward.
Shep heads down an alley and sees a mime? Shouldn't he maybe work somewhere near people? Isn't that kind of the point?
No way you're winning the galaxy this time, Travis! Oh no, we didn't! My left deflector!
Use your phasers!
I can't, I'm in hyperspace!
Then launch photon torpedoes!
You're crazy! Travis absorbs photons to get more power!
What the fuck are they talking about? He's playing Afterburner. And why are all these children in an arcade? Isn't it supposed to be late at night? Then on his way back, he sees the mime again? Why does this guy only work in alleys? The next day... Boy, that wasn't taken directly from Kindergarten Cop. Behold the intense action that is Suburban Commando. The action doesn't let up for a second as he asks this old lady how to shop for melons. Again with the mime? Well, at least he's on a street with people this time. During the day, Shep finds out that Charlie was messing with his equipment, so he goes to confront him at work.
I said take a seat.
She is so turned on right now. They go back to the landing pad because something fell off the suit when Charlie saved the girl last night.
We can find them with this. It zeroes in on the gun's electronic signal.
A homing device, great. Why didn't we just use this in the first place?
Shut up.
They're going to find it using a PKE meter? Way to go, prop department. You didn't think anyone would notice? They went out to find where the missing piece went. Well, their stunt doubles did anyway. They get to a bank and find out that the missing piece was actually a freeze gun.
Temporarily immobilized. He'll thaw in about 20 minutes with a bad headache. Let's go.
They find the muggers from last night have the gun.
Antifreeze.
He just so happened to have antifreeze with him. So in the scuffle, Charlie gets frozen. The bounty hunters show up, so Shep picks up Charlie and escapes. Later that evening, well, so much for 20 minutes.
You're some kind of space warrior, right?
Boy, nothing gets past him. Why are the bounty hunters at a fast food joint?
Does it have to be that way?
Unless you can tell me where I can find about 40 pounds of simian crystal.
Oh, it's a good thing that is exactly what his boss has. Where do they find a tuxedo big enough to fit him on such a short notice?
I mean, what could be better than a bunch of beefy, burly boys beating the crap out of each other trying to score?
I don't think she's used enough B words. The bounty hunters show up and Shep fights them off. Hey, this building has the same elevators as the spaceship. He flattens one of the bounty hunters under an elevator and flings the other one into a wall. Charlie drops Shep off at his ship. Suitor shows up and kidnaps the family.
I know something. You actually care for these creatures.
You're wrong. They mean nothing to me.
That's not the same picture as before. So Shep sets the ship up to self-destruct and gives himself up to Suitor so he'll let the family go.
This is pleasant. I've dreamed about this moment ever since you blew up my ship.
He makes it sound like it was so long ago. Wasn't that like 4 days ago? Charlie takes Jenny and the kids to safety, but then goes back to help Shep. This is a long 3 minutes. Charlie busts in and sorta runs over Suitor.
Why, I could crush your neck!
Charlie, no!
My bare hand!
So if you crush Suitor's testicles, he turns into his alien form. Only he doesn't have testicles. Shep electrocutes Suitor, escapes with Charlie, and a model of the building blows up. Those pants are awesome. Shep's getting ready to leave, so he's saying goodbye to everyone in the neighborhood. So now all of a sudden he can skate?
No way!
Wait.
So his ship blew up. Shep takes the bounty hunter spaceship to go home. Charlie gets a little weirdly emotional here.
Shep. Goodbye, Charlie.
Shep. See you around.
The boss's secretary goes home with Shep. Oh no, it's that light again. So Charlie makes it, but he shoots the light? That doesn't make sense. So all the people coming from the other side still have a green, but now these people don't have a light, and it's just going to cause a major pileup. Beyond that, why would Shep leave Charlie with a gun? Now that he used it, more of the bounty hunters are going to come to Earth looking for Shep, but without him around, Charlie and his family are as good as dead. Real happy ending movie. An embarrassing little fact about this film is this is the first movie I ever watched twice in one day. Not that it was all that great, it's just that I was really, really bored. The movie was entertaining, but it didn't really have a lot of story going on, which is why I guess they felt the need to throw these little bits in throughout the movie. The mime, the cantaloupes, the kid in the tree, and the whole thing just kind of felt stitched together. Not to say it was poorly written, I mean there were some genuinely funny parts in it.
Who's here?
A couple of leeches that make their living off the blood of others.
Investment bankers.
Bounty hunters. Let me guess. You're gonna pound my face, break every bone in my body, then you're gonna drag me across the gravel road and feed my remains to a warthog. Is that about right?
What are you, nuts? This is the 90s. We're gonna sue you.
Famous voice actor Frank Welker was the voice of Suitor in his alien form. Welker's been in just about everything, from Dr. Claw and Inspector Gadget to Hefty Smurf to the Parrot in Deep Blue Sea to Soundwave. Hutch the Bounty Hunter is none other than the famous wrestler The Undertaker, which makes the voice they used for him even funnier.
You're a dead man, Ramsey.
No wonder you guys never talk.
William Ball played as General Suitor, and while I didn't think his presence was all that villainous, he did have a great voice.
Got 10 seconds to come out with your hands up, Ramsey! Before you see the inside of this beautiful child's head!
I always wondered why he didn't go into voice acting or anything, but that was because he died shortly after this movie was made. Christopher Lloyd added an element of charm to the movie, and he played really well off of Hulk Hogan. He helped to make this very cheesy film even more enjoyable. Of all the Hulk Hogan movies, this is probably my favorite. It's not a timeless classic or anything, but it's a fun way to kill an afternoon. Oh, and you can goof on Hulk Hogan all you want for his movie choices, but they're still not as bad as The Tooth Fairy.